Well, welcome everybody, and congratulations on being admitted to NC State University. We are so excited to have you here. My name is Tiffany McLean, and I'm the Director of Recruitment and Student Engagement for the College of Natural Resources. I have an absolutely incredible job because I get to work with students all day, every day, but I don't necessarily teach classes. What I do is help coordinate recruitment efforts across all of our different departments and programs. I work with high school students, community college students, as well as on-campus students that are still trying to find the right fit for them. I also have the pleasure of working with our student leaders within the college to help them to develop their their soft skills and helping them to become the best future leaders for our industries that they can. But I'm really glad to have you here, and I want to start off by congratulating you on being admitted to NC State. That is a huge honor, and we, of course, would love to have you within our programs. All right, what happens next? We are excited that you are listening in today to learn a little bit more about NC State University and the incredible programs that we have. After this session, if you do have any questions at all, you can always reach out to myself or the other members of our recruitment team in the College of Natural Resources to answer questions that you may have about your specific major or opportunities available through our college. One of the fantastic resources that we do have are our student ambassadors, who are an incredible group of volunteers who work to help make your experience more positive. All of them are available to talk to you virtually one-on-one so that they can share their experience with you about NC State University, their classes, their programs, and the really cool opportunities that they've had as a result of being in our college. We are incredibly lucky to have them, and they are also one of over 800 student organizations that we have here at NC State University, and it's really a fantastic way to get involved and to grow those soft skills that employers are looking for. But I definitely encourage you, again, to reach out to us after this to get connected with some of our student ambassadors. In fact, we will be sending out an email after this session with information on how you can connect with all of our recruitment team as well as our students within the college. I think one of the things that a lot of people don't realize at NC State is that we actually have 12 different colleges. Usually when I ask families, do you understand the difference between a university and college? Oftentimes they don't. So we always like to kind of start with NC State is a large university. NC State does have about 36,000 students, which can be overwhelming, particularly for students who are from maybe small rural communities, or students from out of state that just aren't sure what they're going to get into. But what is important to know with NC State is that we have 12 different colleges within the university that break it down into much smaller populations. We're very excited to be a part of to have you joining the College of Natural Resources here at NC State. And really, our college has its own kind of culture and things that we're kind of known for. We actually have about 1,500 undergraduate students in the College of Natural Resources and about 300 graduate students. So we just took a really large university and we just made it really small. In fact, probably smaller than some of the high schools that you currently attend. And we think this is really important for our students who attend, and that's oftentimes why you will hear students in our college talk about the community and the close-knit family that we often have. These are just a few of the reasons why our students have said they love our college. Of course, we are excited to be known as one of the top 10 programs in the country for studying conservation and natural resources, but for us, it's about more than that. We believe in a hands-on practical experience for our students, and I think that really ties into that think and do philosophy that NC State does have. For us, it is not about a standard classroom learning experience. Almost all of our courses have some type of service learning component where we're going to teach you the concepts in the classroom, but we're going to partner with local companies, nonprofits, and even government agencies to give you real hands-on experiences that are going to help develop you and make you into a successful employee for the future. In addition to that, because we are a close-knit community, a lot of our students will talk about the personal relationships that they have with faculty and staff. And the reason for that is that we are almost 100% faculty advised, which means that those professors who are teaching your classes are also the people who are advising you on your courses and curriculum for the future. So if you're looking for a place where someone is not going to know your name and you can get lost in a classroom, this is probably not the place for you. So it has its pros and cons because you will be missed here year, and it is very important to us that we are trying to help our students be successful in the things that they're doing. One of the things I also want to let you know about is our enrichment fund. It's something that a lot of our students say is really special about our college, and it allows them the opportunity to pursue outside of the classroom experiences. Dr. Ron Terry was a graduate of our paper science and engineering program in the 1970s. He had an absolutely incredible experience while he was at NC State University, but he studied a lot, and he then went on to go to medical school, and he now works at UGA in their oncology department as a medical doctor. He said that he absolutely loved his experience and he studied hard, but he really wishes that he would have had an opportunity to learn more about the real world while he was an undergraduate student. So he created the enrichment fund that allows our students to apply for funding to pursue any outside the classroom experience. We don't dictate what that is. That could be related to some type of international experience or study abroad. You could potentially want to do research here in the United States or even internationally. But if you have a cool idea, like you want to start a farmer's market in your local hometown, you can actually apply for funds to be able to partner with your local city or county to be able to implement those types of opportunities for people in your community. Since its inception, we've actually awarded over $180,000 to students in our college to be able to pursue these unique experiences. So we are very lucky to have that available. So we are one of the most diverse colleges at NC State University as far as what we offer. So I want to briefly walk you through a little bit about what our programs are and how they fit into the larger picture. So if natural sciences is your thing, we definitely have a fit for you. While all of the programs in the College of Natural Resources do use science in some way, the majors that you see on the slide before you are really majors that use science and research to address those large-scale environmental challenges that we have. So whether you want to take a much broader perspective to your approach by doing environmental sciences or natural resources that kind of look at the environment from a holistic view, or whether you want to be the subject matter expert in how our forests contribute to the overall healthy ecosystem, or how our wildlife and fisheries populations kind of work within those environmental and in those ecosystems. We definitely have a program for you. But as we mentioned, all of these particular programs are extremely hands-on because we do believe that it's great that you can learn something in the classroom, but we also think it's important that you learn how to apply those theories and that research to solving real-world challenges that exist. You may be the type of student who is really more interested in the engineering or technology side of things, and we also have a lot of great programs that do that. When we think in terms of sustainability, we don't always think about economic sustainability, and we don't always think in terms of how engineering can be used to approach sustainability. I will ask this question, I always do, about how many students love trees. And usually when I ask that question, a lot of students raise their hand. And then I'll ask how many of you are sad when they cut down the tree. And usually a lot of students raise their hand as well. But then I will ask the question, how many of you use toilet paper? And I always say that that's the catch-22 that we have, and that's really what sustainability is about. Because when we ask students to choose between the toilet paper or the tree, 99 out of 100 students are going to choose the toilet paper. So with our programs such as paper science engineering, sustainable materials and technology, and environmental technology and management, we are looking at how we can make products and goods that all of us are going to use every day more sustainably and more economically, and to help best benefit the environment as a whole. And so that's a kind of a new way of looking at things when we're talking about product development. And oftentimes we don't really think about how these things are made, but we really focus on how we can use renewable-based and plant-based resources that can be regrown or regenerated in order to do those products, as opposed to looking at non-renewable resources such as petroleum or even granite. One aspect that we don't often think about when we think in terms of natural resources is actually parks, recreation, and tourism management. For those of you that are from North Carolina, or even those of you that have been on vacation in North Carolina, you will know that many people come to our beautiful state for vacation. And typically those vacations involve our beaches and our mountains, which we consider to be our largest natural resources. It's very important to the state of North Carolina that we protect those natural resources, not only for overall health and well-being, but also for the livelihood of the people who live in our communities. The tourism industry in North Carolina is actually a $2 billion industry that generates thousands of jobs for people throughout our state. So the reason that our Parks, Recreation, and Tourism Management, our Sport Management, and our Professional Golf Management program are in fact in the College of Natural Resources is that we are really using those natural resources in our environment to create programs that allow people to live healthier and more active lifestyles. So if you are the type of person that wants to take all of the amazing knowledge that you've learned in the College of Natural Resources and apply it to international challenges such as climate change, or you are the type of student that wants to stay right here in North Carolina and look at how you can impact the lives of youth and the aging population in our communities to live healthier and more active lifestyles, or you are a person who wants to work in a team to address some of those major challenges that we have in terms of looking at product development, or you're a person that prefers to work in the great outdoors and look at how we can best manage biodiversity throughout the world. Or whether you are a person who loves golf and wants to learn about teaching labs that we use to train people of all ages on how to better play the game of golf. We can assure you that all of our labs are state-of-the-art with incredible technology that's reused in the real world. And we oftentimes use that technology out in the field to help us make more informed decisions about how we can best protect those natural resources. So, whether you want to be a business professional, or you want to be a teacher or an educator, or perhaps you want to be a researcher that's addressing and coming up with solutions to many of our environmental challenges, or even want to be an engineer, the College of Natural Resources definitely has a program for you. The College of Natural Resources is committed to diversity and inclusion, and we recognize that for many of our students, they may have unique challenges for which they need to be supported. We have an Office for Diversity and Inclusion within the College of Natural Resources that is specifically here to support all of our students. From providing teaching opportunities to our faculty and staff on how they can create a more inclusive classroom, to providing learning opportunities for students to become more culturally aware and inclusive in all that they do, we definitely strive to help our students feel like they are a part of our community, and that is a pride point for us. We also work very closely with our campus partners, such as our Women's Center, our GLBT Center, and even our cultural centers to help provide resources for our students that even within our college that we cannot provide. So, unfortunately, we could not be together in person today, but I definitely want to encourage you to further connect with our community. You will see a couple of opportunities. We're excited to be launching, particularly on Instagram, some new ways that every day even our current students can engage as they're having to take their classes virtually for the rest of the semester. So please do follow us on Instagram or Facebook. In fact, for my parents, I know a lot of you are on Facebook, so feel free to follow us as well. Our CNR parents are some of our most active folks on that particular site, but we definitely want you to try and connect with us through social media and whichever one that you prefer. And then, of course, we want to encourage you to stop, ask us questions, and we are here to support you. And I will conclude by saying that we do have an email address set up for any questions that you have. It is cnrrecruitment@ncsu.edu. So please feel free to reach out to us through that email if you do have questions. And as I said at the beginning of the session, we will be sending a follow-up email to all of you to let you know about other ways that you can connect with us virtually, either through webinars or even connect you with one of our students, current students one-on-one to answer any questions. Again, we want to congratulate you on your acceptance to NC State University, and we want you to be a part of our Wolfpack community. And of course, we here in the College of Natural Resources are excited about the opportunity to get to know you better. Thank you.